a tech billionaire. His name is Bryan Johnson. Do you know this guy?
The name sounds familiar, but it's also extremely common of a name.
I guess it is a common name. He has been in the news a lot because he's in his 40s, but for the last several years, he's been obsessed with de-aging himself.
Oh, I've seen this guy.
Yeah.
I think 60 Minutes did something with him.
Is that where you saw it?
I feel like I remember seeing a clip come up on YouTube of showing this guy's insane daily process of trying to de-age himself.
Yeah.
Because he had no life outside of that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He is hyper-focused. It's weird to me because it seems, and he tweets on Twitter and whatever, and he seems like he has a sense of humor about everything, but also he's so regimented that he has no space for any normal life.
Right. That's what I remember seeing.
It's incredibly rare that with all his money that he would go out and do anything, that he would eat at a restaurant or go to a concert or whatever.
Yep. Hang out with friends.
Yeah. Because he's so, he has to get exactly the right amount of sleep every night, and he has to take, I think it says here, 40 some supplements, 54 different supplements every morning.
That's crazy.
Which brings us to why he's in the news today. He's trying to age himself, de-age himself so that he can have an 18-year-old's body, which is a weird thing to want.
Okay.
I remember when I was 18, I was like, I hope I'm like this forever. But he's just trying to get back to those days. And he claims now that one of the 54 numerous supplements that he takes every morning to help de-age himself, he now believes is actually accelerating his aging. And so he has discontinued taking it.
Okay.
But I don't know how he can determine that.
I was going to say,
when you have so many variables going into your body, how do you know which one is the one that's messing you up?
That's the questions I have, and you see all the time on social media people doing the whole skincare routines where they'll put on 15 different products on their face.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how do you know what's working? Because you're smearing it all together. So how do you really know what's working?
Yeah.
Now, add in 54 of those different type of things that are going into your body. How would you know what's, aging you or de-aging you? How are you able to compare? It just seems like this person, Bryan Johnson, is very afraid of aging.
Yep.
And he is now aging because that's what naturally happens to
especially
a
when
human.
You're 46.
Yeah.
No matter what you do.
Right.
Unless you're Paul Rudd.
So he's seeing some of those results of aging, and he's like, well, these must not be working.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you are just naturally aging, Bryan. Just accept reality, bro.
I will say that every time I see him, there is something about him that looks younger. I don't know, I would guess 46. But also, he looks like in a movie where a clone emerges from a pool of fluid.
Yeah.
And they're newly cloned.
Oh, yeah.
Which isn't a great look.
He looks like Michael Fassbender from the Alien prequel films, Prometheus and stuff like that, where he's literally an AI.
Yep. That's he looks not exactly human.
No.
And not in a good way.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Bryan. I don't want to dog on you a little bit because it's a worthy. I don't even know if it's worthy. I feel like it's useless to try and de-age yourself, but
to this extent,
but
you have to hit the point of diminishing returns at some point. I think.
Right? But yeah,
somewhere between 1 and 54 supplements every morning.
Right. I just feel like you need to enjoy your life while it is here, and it seems like you're wasting a lot of opportunities and a lot of what life brings, which is moments with friends and family and all of that. It just seems like you're missing all of that when you focus fully on, no, I have to stick with my daily routine and process to the T to de-age myself.
Yeah, think about that, Bryan.
And it's not even working.
While you're here, you should watch more of our videos and subscribe so you don't miss what we do next.